If you are a new broker struggling to close leads, watch this. Are you sitting in front of potential clients, giving them all the right information, but they are still walking away to think about it? If you are a new broker struggling to close clients, you are not alone. The reason you are struggling to close clients usually comes down to one hidden issue: your confidence. You might have a great CRM set up and understand the lender policies perfectly. But how do you actually lead a client so they choose you every single time? This is an art, and it is one of the hardest things to learn when you are starting out in the mortgage industry. I have worked with dozens of new to industry brokers, and they all make the same mistake. They wait for the client to diagnose their own problems. So in this video, I'm going to break it all down. This is the proven 3-step framework for how to take control of client meetings and drastically increase your closing rate. By the way, I'm James Angus from Finweb Broker Group, and we provide the missing layer between traditional aggregator support and what brokers actually need day to day to build a successful business. So let's start off. Stop waiting for clients to diagnose their own problems. This means shifting your mindset from being an order taker to being a trusted advisor. Why does this matter? Because clients do not know what they do not know. If they come to you asking for the lowest rate and you just try to find the lowest rate, you are completely missing the bigger picture. You have to understand that buying a house or refinancing a mortgage is one of the biggest financial decisions they will ever make. They are anxious. If you read out interest rates from a spreadsheet, their anxiety just spikes. They do not want a broker that recites numbers. They want a professional who can say, based on your situation, this is the best path forward. And here is exactly how we are going to achieve it. Think of it like going to the doctor. You do not walk into a clinic, tell the doctor you have a headache, and demand a specific medication. The doctor asks questions, diagnoses the root cause, and prescribes the solution. You need to operate with that same level of authority. When you sit down with a client, do not just present a few options and wait for them to tell you what to do. Ask deeper questions. Find out if they are planning to start a family in the next 2 years, or if they need flexibility to make extra payments. Educate your clients throughout the process to reduce their anxiety. When you explain the why behind your recommendations, you shift from being a salesperson to being that trusted advisor. Now, that first part is crucial for setting the tone of that meeting. But the next piece is really where the magic happens, and it is the number one reason why being a generalist is hurting your closing rates. And this brings me on to the next point. You must develop a specific niche. This means focusing your expertise on a specific type of client or loan scenario. When you try to be everything to everyone, you end up resonating with no one. Having a niche allows you to speak directly to the specific pain points of your ideal client. It makes your marketing sharper, and it makes your closing conversations infinitely easier, because you have solved their exact problem 100 times before. Imagine a client who is a self-employed tradesperson looking to buy their first home. If they speak to a generalist broker, they get a standard pitch. But if they speak to a broker who says, I specialise in helping self-employed tradies navigate complex income assessments to get their first home, who do you think they are going to trust? They're going to trust the specialist every single time. Self-doubt is completely normal when you are new, but overconfidence in a compliance industry like this is far more dangerous. A niche gives you a defined lane to build genuine expertise in quickly, so your confidence is grounded in real knowledge rather than the bravado. During our strategy sessions at Finweb, we work one-on-one with you to design your niche and build your referral partnerships around it. You do not have to figure this out alone. Pick one specific area to focus on, whether it is first home buyers, medical professionals, or self-employed clients, and build your messaging around that. If you are new or emerging broker and you want help designing your niche and your referral strategy, there is a link in the description below to book a meet and greet call with us at Finweb. It is completely no pressure conversation about where your business is at and whether our environment would be the right one for you. So fast forward, you have taken control of the diagnosis and you are speaking directly to your niche. But if you do not do this final step at the end of every meeting, you may well still lose your client. Always book the next meeting or the next conversation before ending any client call. This means taking control of the timeline and guiding the client to the next step before they leave your office or log off that virtual call. Never end a meeting by saying, I will send you an email and you can let me know what you think. That is a guaranteed way to lose momentum and let that client slip away. You need to set realistic goals and manage client timelines effectively. Clients are not trying to avoid you. They are busy. They have lives. They have work. They have family and a dozen other decisions competing for their attention. If you leave that next step open-ended, life gets in the way and the momentum you built in that meeting just disappears. Before you leave, you should say something like this: I'm going to send you that hello pack to collect your documents this afternoon. Let us book a quick 10-minute call for Thursday, 4 p.m. to review them together and finalize this approach. You're taking control of the timeline and you're guiding them to the next step. Remember, at the Finweb Broker Group, once you get those client documents, our loan processing team takes over the heavy lifting so you can focus on building the relationship and finding your next client. That is the operational leverage that makes the difference between a broker who is always chasing and a broker who is always closing. So let's do a bit of a recap here. Closing clients is not about being pushy or having a slick sales pitch. It is about having the confidence to lead, the clarity to communicate effectively, and the right support system behind you so you can focus on the client and not the admin. Stop waiting for clients to diagnose their own problems. Develop a specific niche so your expertise is undeniable. And always book that next call or meeting before you end any conversation. These 3 steps will transform your conversion rate. If you found this useful, make sure you subscribe for more practical strategies on building better broking businesses. And if you want to go deeper on how to generate the right leads to fill your pipeline in the first place, the next episode covers exactly that. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.